oh, I can't believe we've done this. It doesn't feel like that long ago. We were saying, I think it was on the live stream, that we've decided not to get a van for the foreseeable future because financially it makes more sense to go off on a trip and film, blah, blah, blah. I think it was like 2 days after we said that, we were like, oh, we found the one.
After meeting in Thailand in 2012, we moved to Australia for a year. Here, our love of alternative living started when we bought The Wolf. We lived in The Wolf whilst travelling Australia's east coast, selling it on 1 year later. 3 years after that, we started our YouTube channel whilst on a campervan trip around Europe with friends. We loved this way of travel, so much so that we explored the southwest of the US in a big camper before doing the same in a smaller one around California. We have wanted something to call our own ever since The Wolf, but this dream was put on the back burner. Then COVID hit.
Welcome to the YouTube channel formerly known as Travel Beans.
With beans now.
Running a travel channel during a pandemic has been a challenge, but we decided with all this extra time on our hands and travel restrictions in place, we could at least finally take the plunge into van life. So we announced to our audience our plan.
Because we haven't been inspired to make much travel content recently, we've been thinking, okay, what are we inspired to make? What kind of travel content are we dying to get out there and produce?
And over the years, we've sampled many different types of travel, and one that we keep going back to that we've wanted to do for a very long time is to get a camper van.
The only problem was that we didn't have enough money.
I wish we could tell you we had all that cash right now. We haven't.
We're making our way. We're getting there, slowly but surely.
So while we were saving, we decided to test out some different sized vans for what would work for us. We did a trip around Europe and decided we wanted all the bells and whistles.
So in terms of living space, we're looking for something now with a higher roof.
Definitely.
And longer. So one of the reasons is so we can fit a static bed. We don't want to be making our bed every day.
No, definitely not.
Again, our budget was the issue, so we decided to delay our van until 2022. After our Italy trip, where we had to drive from Naples to London in 48 hours, we realised that we would be just as happy with a bed in the back of a car. After all, in 2019, we did spend 5 days in a car on the way to Madrid for the Champions League final, and it was fine. Not great, but fine. So we figured that anything on top of having a place to sleep and travel in would be a bonus. So while searching for a car, we realised that for the price, it would make sense to go for a small van and be more comfortable. So we took to the internet until we eventually found the one that we wanted.
Today is the day, guys. This is the day that we have been waiting for and dreaming for. I was gonna say for weeks now, but it's actually probably been years.
Yeah, and we put a deposit down a week ago and we've been keeping it quiet and waiting so excitedly. And today we can go and pick it up. It's ready for us.
The beat machine. We are on our way to see her, and
it's a boy.
It is a boy,
We're
yeah.
naming it a boy.
Yeah.
We're going to call it Virgil van Dijk, which doesn't mean anything if you don't follow football, but...
Yeah, so we're going to go pick up Big Virg now. Some of you may remember that at the beginning of the last lockdown, we did an announcement video saying that we were going to buy a camper van.
A premature announcement, if you will,
We got a little excited and a little ahead of ourselves, or a little ahead of our bank balance, let's put it that way. And so it's taken us some time and a bit of planning, but eventually we've got there. We have enough to finally buy our camper van.
Thanks to YouTube and to patrons and subscribers and people that have sent us money.
Thank you all so much.
This van is purely paid for from YouTubey things.
Yeah, exactly.
It's mind-blowing to us.
A bit of ad revenue, a bit of everything. So yeah, everything that we've been getting over the last few months from the YouTube realm of income for us.
We've been squirreling
it away, and yeah, just putting it aside specifically for this reason. And I kind of can't believe it's happening already, to be honest.
Yeah, I know, this is our biggest purchase and biggest anything we've ever done, really.
I know, I feel sick. Well, what's kind of funny is we put the deposit down for it a year to the day that we put the deposit down for our flat that we got scammed with last year. If you haven't heard about that, go back and watch the video.
Yeah, it was not our finest moment getting scammed. So hopefully this is going to be a much happier experience.
We're ready to get burnt again. This is the reality of driving with Emma. She's car sick all the time.
I feel like I'm going to puke. And
you film for like 30 seconds.
This is why every time we're filming in a car, Alex is the one filming and I'm the one driving. Can't handle it. Stop filming me. We're here. It's time. I can see it parked around the corner. This is definitely the biggest purchase we've ever done in one go. I'm a little bit nervous about it. I feel kind of sick, not because of the car journey, but because of this purchase. What is the biggest purchase you guys have done? Let us know in the comments. Make us feel better about spending all this money right now. Oh my god. This is really weird. This belongs to me now. Or us. Wow, okay. This gearbox is going to take some getting used to. Oh, we're used to driving a new Fiat, so this is a lot older, but I love driving old cars. My heart's racing. Whew. It was actually kind of weird how easy it was, like putting the card in the card machine, like punching in my pin. Oh, there's Alex waving. Oh my god. I feel like how I feel now is how most girls feel on their wedding day. Like I have butterflies in my stomach. I feel so like overwhelmed with happiness. Not really bought many cars before, so it's always a bit nerve-wracking because we don't know that much about cars, and you'll wonder in the back of your mind, are you making a big mistake? Is it going to be a complete rust bucket? But at this point, it's our rust bucket and I don't care what we have to do with it. I say that now. We'll get to the point where we're sick of doing renovation work on it or something, and we'll be cursing the day we ever bought it, but fingers crossed.
So this is Big Verge,
aka the Bean Machine. Big Verge is a Volkswagen T4 from the year 2000, so he's getting on a bit, but we love him. We love him so much.
It was love at first sight. Once we went to see a number of different vans, there was only one in our eyes that we wanted. It is our Scooby-Doo looking Bean Machine. We love it so much.
I am going to give you a brief tour around Big Verge, and it's going to be brief because it's basically a blank canvas at the moment. We're going to be changing everything about it.
Anything you see will be taken out.
Yeah, exactly. But let's start with the boring bit at the front. So the front cab has 3 seats. We may be changing this to 2. We've toyed with the idea of having a swivel seat as well at the front for added seating, but maybe not. We haven't quite decided yet. It's pretty standard. It's manual gearbox, nice and spacious at the front. Needs a little bit of love and care.
So this is a partially converted van, so it's got a few features, like for example, like this will go, but I kind of like it. The same for the 8-ball gear stick, and then this kooky number.
I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but let's take you through to the back living space. So this is going to be the fun bit to renovate. So this is a long wheelbase transporter. We're really happy with the space that we've got, and we're really excited to see what we can actually do with it. Let's bring you inside. Okay, so
well, I mean, there's a cheeky roof. You've got to point out that's for probably some psychedelic hippies that were using this place before us.
Yeah, I have no idea what was done in this van in a previous life.
Don't really want to know. No black lights.
Basically a bit of a picture frame type thing around some psychedelic fabric. I'm not really quite sure what's going on, but this will probably go. We have a sofa bed here, but to be honest, it's a single bed with like an L shape here, so that's not going to work for us either. So we'll be rebuilding the bed frame. It's got 2 windows, one on either side, which is really nice. A lot of the vans we were looking at had no windows, and I think that would get a little bit encroaching after a while.
And they're already tinted as well, which we love.
Exactly, yeah, we don't want any peepers. And then come around the back, it's got a bunch of sort of cupboard space already built in, which we'll be ripping out. But yeah, I think this, when you see the full length of the bed there and like this extra space here to work with, it's getting us quite excited for what we can fit. Because initially, when we thought we were going to get a smaller van, we thought there was only really going to be space for a bed, and everything on top of a bed was just like a bonus to us. So this is bonus space thanks to the long wheelbase. We have no idea what the situation is with regards to the insulation and soundproofing and things like that in the van, so we won't find any of that out until we start to take it all apart. But oh, I hope you guys are as excited as we are about this. What this van really is here for and what it represents to us is freedom, really.
If you're not sure what freedom is, then just ask an American, because they'd be more than happy to tell you, and probably why you don't actually have it yourself.
God.
Can I put that in? It's
sure, why not? But I mean, to be honest with you, we were getting ahead of ourselves in the past, as we've already said, with wanting a massive van, but really all we want is a place to be comfortable that we can live in between staying in Airbnbs and hotels. Like on our last Italy trip, I'm so glad that we stayed in the Trillo and things like that. I still want those things on our channel.
Yep. And being able to stay like in Istanbul for 6 weeks in accommodation has been a dream. We don't want to give that up. We love that. So actually the terms of the content, hopefully it won't really change that much on the channel. It's just this now gives us the ability to get content in Europe pretty easily, and with Brexit rules changing in the future, we won't actually be able to spend that long in Europe each year, so we'll fly to other continents, but when we come back, Big Verge is waiting for us. Verge.
We have so many ideas for what we're going to do with the interior of this van, but if anyone watching has any ideas, any blogs that are really great, or if you've converted a T-Bot or just a camper van in general, put it down in the comments below, because we would really love any of your help, and trust me, we need it.
This is basically a blank canvas right now. There's a lockdown, there's not much more to do, so hopefully this will all be ready for when the lockdown is lifted and the beans have been released.
Release the beans! Something I'm also really happy about with this van is that it's ours, like for life now. Although when we first met, we owned the camper in Australia, we always knew that was going to come to an end because we could only stay in Australia for so long. But this is our baby now. And
with our lifestyle, it doesn't make sense to own a lot of stuff. But this is one thing that we can own that actually helps us. I
feel like a great weight has been lifted off my shoulders with this newfound freedom.
Whereas I feel a great weight has been added to my shoulders because this camera is just slowly sinking down. We have the philosophy on this channel of live the good old days.
Now, not later, now.
Yeah, which means basically create memories, because that's all the good old days are, is just memories that you're looking back on. So create the memories now. I'm so happy.
Appreciate them now.
Appreciate them. I'm happy this thing is going to create so many memories.
Hopefully good ones.
Yeah. So
not big headaches.
Appreciate what you've got.
Yeah.
All right, it sounds like we're preaching. You do what you want. If you want to not appreciate life, also do that. Yeah, it's up to you.
Don't listen to us.
Thank you so much for watching. We are so excited to share this journey with you guys.
I couldn't be more excited. Absolutely buzzing right now. So if you like the video, give us a big thumbs up. If you have any comments or ideas or anything related to vans, leave it in the comments down below. We would very much appreciate it.
This is going to be a special time because it's the first one in the van.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's going to get louder and louder now. I've got my own space for it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time, and beans out!
Are you hiding from the walkers that just heard you scream?
I literally screamed beans out, and then they just came into my eye line. Like we connected eyes as I finished the words out. So I've jumped in here because I'm too scared.
They are judging you so much right now.